Okay, that's what I was asking. Oh gosh, Trixie, be careful. Oh goodness. Oh gosh, this is scary. I don't know how you're brave enough to do this. I would be afraid for my life out there. I don't get it. Cause all it takes is one. See, that blows my mind how he's not afraid over there. All it takes is one wrong turn by a longhorn, and then my dad is dead. Scary. These animals are so big, they don't realize what they're capable of. Oh gosh, what are you doing? Huh? Big? Oh, that's Tat. Yeah, he is. Oh, he's gotten huge. Oh, Tat's grown up a lot. Dang, he is about 7-8 feet tall, like they said he would be. Terrifying stuff.
For anyone watching these videos, this does appear to be a total disaster, like a shit show, does it not?
Yeah.
But listen to me. Here's what I'm going to say, and no one's going to believe this, okay? You will. They get excited. That none of this that you see is anger or aggression or anything more than just feed time. Like if they were a band or something, and you know how band members like get them, football players, they get in the locker room and they all yeah. They start headbutting each other. Yes or no?
Yeah.
They build themselves up. They get themselves all worked up. The thing is, sometimes we can get in the way. And so, Tat, for example, he's just learning to be a Carl. He's learning to be Carl. Come here. Tell Ellie you're a sweet guy. Love Ellie. Ellie, touch his head. He's sweet.
I'd rather not.
You'd rather not?
Yeah.
And then they just all get worked up. It's food time, and we got all kinds of delicious stuff being put out. And Pearl wants to take her horns and run her horns into the feed bag. She's not trying to get me. She wants to do this with the feed bag because it makes feed go crazy.
Like dogs do with dog toys and stuff.
With dog toys. And so a lot of people, if they were to see this and they don't know what's going on. Now, yes, could someone get hurt? Yes. Yeah, you've done it plenty of times. Could someone get hurt doing this? Yes, they could. But are they trying to hurt anybody? Absolutely not.
No.
Well, I mean, I weigh my life on it. They're not trying to hurt you. I mean, could someone get hurt? Yes.
Was Santana trying to dislocate your shoulder when that happened?
Huh?
Was Santana trying to dislocate your shoulder when that happened?
That happened. I put her in that stall, and I was trying to close the gate. And I went to do, look, I put my arm around to do the chain, and she pushed. And it pulled my arm at a horrible angle and ripped my bicep.
Why did she do that for? Just
to get out. She wanted out, and she was already in. And so that wasn't on video, thank God, because I don't know how I must have looked at that moment. But she wasn't trying to hurt me. She was trying to get out of the stall.
Yeah. So that's exactly your point, is that they don't try to hurt you, but if we get in their way, then bad things can happen.
Yeah, because they're big. They're animals.
If there had been a video of when you dislocated the shoulder or ripped the bicep, you could have been on that one YouTube channel with that doctor, and he reacts to all football player injuries, and like he basically
slow-mos it of what happened.
Yeah, he diagnoses it and breaks down what it was. So he'd be like, over here we have a farmer from Texas, and it looks that the left upper blah 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 got ripped. You know, all the medical terminology.
Ellie, I got something to talk about with you, but I got to ask you first. When do you think you might release this particular video?
I can do it today. I can do it whenever.
If you don't mind waiting for a week or so, I got some really sad news to share with you right now that you haven't even heard yet.
What?
Dixie has brain cancer.
She does?
She has 2 tumors, one in her brain, one in her neck. And the one in her brain is affecting her, and she will not survive it. Jamie hasn't talked about it yet, but by the time you release this video, by then Jamie will have talked about it. And so that saddens me to know that now she's almost a 30-year-old horse, so it's not like she's a young, you know, just starting in life. But it's sad to me to know that up here somewhere she has a tumor that's pressing against a certain lobe of her brain, and it forces her to do unusual behaviors. So in overeating, believe it or not, she overeats. She can't control her eating because you look sad. What are your thoughts right now? Are you feeling sad about this, or what are you thinking?
I mean, it is.
I'm trying to read your thoughts. Read your face.
Well, it is sad. It is sad.
Jamie had a really hard time with it. The vet called and wanted to meet us. She didn't want to talk over the phone. She wanted to meet us, and we just couldn't, for the life of us, you know, understand why you want to meet somebody.
That's always a worrisome sign.
Yeah, just tell us over the phone. So the thing is, we had the Millie and Fiona scheduled, and we said, "Can we just wait till we bring the girls in?" And she goes, "No, absolutely." And so we took the girls in a couple of days later, and we were prepared for. I mean, you prepare for the worst, and then when they tell you stuff like that, and so then to come to find out that she has 2 malignant tumors. Malignant means cancerous, and one of them is in her brain, and one of them's in her neck. And the one in her brain is the one that's affecting a whole lot of things with her right now. And so one of the things that we have to be real careful of her is that she overeats, and that causes all kinds of other body situations. And so Jamie and I are kind of like the point of, this is our dilemma. And I would love to hear your thoughts, because you always think about things. She's already an old horse, okay? Now, the vet said that could she live another year? Possibly, but here's what's going to happen. She says she will never have a better day than today, because tomorrow will not be as good as today. It's going to be a gradual decline until the end. So you understand that?
Yeah.
So no matter how great she may look, tomorrow she will not feel better. She won't.
Each day is a little bit worse than the previous.
Each day will be worse than the previous. And that worries us. We do have a pain med coming where she will not be in pain. But my question is, how much of her life do you try to start controlling now?
Whoa.
Sorry, baby. At the end of her days, if she's already going to pass, and this could be for anybody, any human or any animal. If at some point they're at a place where they're going to pass, how much should we force her to stay in a small pasture where there's only hay and water? How much should we force her? Because I told Jamie, and we may disagree, and the folks who watch this channel may disagree with me, but I hope that if I ever get to a point in my life where I know I'm going to pass, I want to be able to be free and enjoy my last days. If I were a horse running the pastures, the way we saw her run and chase us just now with the four-wheeler and all that, she was happy. And I want to catch every happy moment possible and grab that. Because what if we had left her in that little small pasture over there, the way a lot of people are going to say, put her in the small pasture, give her hay and water, nothing else, help, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but then she would have been sad. She would have been helplessly watching all her friends running and rejoicing, and she left out.
Yeah. So I don't know your thoughts about that. I know that you're a young man, and probably at your age, I don't think that people at your age really think about the end and your end days. But I feel like, and I can only say this from a man my age, I feel like if I ever found out a prognosis from the doctor that I'm not going to have a lot of time left, I would rather someone not try to say, okay, at this point, no more Dr. Peppers. At this point,
No more Dr. Pepper.
huh?
No more. That's the first thing you think of.
Well, the things that I know that could probably, hey, get out of here, old skinny.
If y'all see his shirt, I guess it makes sense.
Huh?
I said if they read your shirt, I guess it makes sense.
What does it say?
Dr. Pepper University.
No, but I sometimes see like older folks. Look at Sand Pearl being a meanie to Gracie. She just does not want Gracie to have anything that she doesn't get.
That's an older sibling for you.
I know it. I know it. But I love seeing the babies happy, and I want them to be happy. And if the time comes, and we see that she's not able to be herself and do stuff, then decisions will have to be made. But do you know that will be the first big that we lose? If by some chance we do end up losing her first, she'll be the first big that we've ever lost at I'm a Survivor or Longhorn Lessers. Think about that. We've never lost a big. We've lost some goats. We've lost a couple of pigs. We've lost a couple of dogs. You know, we've lost others, small babies. We've never lost a big animal. And that really makes me feel sad.
Yeah, the bigs on average live a lot longer than the littles, I think. I did a video one time about life expectancies, and it was the ostriches, the longhorns, and the horses and the donkeys that all had the longest life expectancies of 25 plus years. And the pigs, the goats, the dogs are all around 12, so like less than half of the time.
Yeah.
But even though they live a long time, they don't live forever.
No, they don't live forever. And you know, a lot of people don't understand, when you look at our memorial garden, and I haven't counted, Ellie. I've never gone to the garden to count every memorial stone that we have out there. But I bet if we did, I could probably count easily 20 stones. Maybe a few more, maybe a few less. And so when you say, oh my God, y'all have only been doing this for 5 years and you've already lost 20 babies. So in saying so, that number sounds kind of like a lot, like you lose a lot. But what people don't understand is that when you run a rescue and a sanctuary, most of your babies come to you at the end of their days already, you know? And you don't have a lot of animals that come to you. And then when you have so many, think about the numbers game. If you only have a cat and a dog, well, yeah, you haven't lost a cat and a dog in years because you only have a cat and a dog. But if you were to multiply all of those animals, you have parasites, you know, you have accidents, you have, you know, different things that happen. Life happens. You know, you have sickness. We have, you know, you can't control
the whole point of a rescue is you rescue not the healthy but the sick. It's
most people only want to give you those animals that are no longer productive to them.
Yeah, or that they don't expect to survive a while. And so you start out at a disadvantage when you look at it that way. But then also the sheer number of animals. So the way I look at it is, I bet you there's been about 200 animals in total, maybe even more, maybe a little bit less, but I'm guessing around 200, just estimating animals that have been a part of the sanctuary. And so if you think about 200 animals, most of them unhealthy or sick, and only 20 around of them have passed, and the rest of them have been able to survive and recover.
Yeah.
That's like a 90% recovery rate, not to make it too mathematical, but that's pretty dang special.
Well, you're right. I mean, the numbers makes a big deal. The more you have, the more likely you are going to lose some, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think that if you were a sick animal and you realize that you can come to this place and be loved and be given a forever home, be given more of a joyous time than you'll have anywhere else, and you have a above 50% chance of recovering from whatever you're sick with, and I don't think any animal would ever turn that down.
I think that's kind of the underlying goal in all of this, is that whatever animals we get, whatever time they have left on Earth, I want them to know that they're loved, that they're happy, that they'll be fed well, that they'll get the vet care that they need, whatever they need. We'll go out, we'll find a way to make that happen, you know? And in saying that, we have no regrets. You hate to lose anybody, but you know that sometimes you're going to lose a few here and there. So, no, that was just some tough news about Dixie that I didn't know you knew about or not. We haven't talked about it on the page. So, hopefully by the time you release this particular video, by then people will have at least heard. And if they haven't heard, they'll be able to know now. And they'll see my perspective. I will not be the one to talk about it on I'm a Survivor. I will not. I don't think that I am able to talk about it and do it justice. But I'll let Jamie, that's her horse, you know?
Yeah.
I got behind you there, son.
Well,
let's go ahead and get on out of here. You ready?
Yep.
All right.
There ain't much I can do in this spot right here.
No, that's right.
Yep.
All right, we're leaving, girls.
All right, bye, y'all. See y'all later.
All right, watch out for Juicy here in front of us. I call her Juicy because she's fat. Look out, Juicy.